light,
Okay.
5 minutes, red light, and a yellow light. Red light is 6 minutes, and then you can go another 30 seconds to wrap up.
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow members and honored guests. Thank you for your time. I'm really excited. This is my first speech. So, have you ever wondered or dreamed about becoming more than just what society intended for you? What if you were brought on this earth to serve a specific purpose or become something greater than what everyone else told you, like your parents, your teachers, your peer groups? You know, a long time ago, once upon a time, going back to when I was 8 years old, I could remember life completely different. I was full of joy, happiness. I had no fear. I had a lot of confidence. I would wake up every day and just go play with the kids and just go help the neighbors. And we had a certain class standards, but I didn't have that limitation, so I would just go help anyone. And I would come home and I would get kind of, talked about this like, well, you can't be going around, mingling with those kind of people. And I was like, I couldn't understand that. To me, life was understanding everyone, having heartfelt, compassionate, being kind, and having no limitations, no barriers. But of course, your parents, your uncles, aunts, teachers, everywhere you go, and they tell you, no, this is right, this is wrong. And so you try to become a pleaser because you want to get their acceptance, right? Otherwise, you'll be put into a corner and no one wants to accept you. So you become a pleaser. For the next 25, 30 years of your life, that's all you're doing. So you forget who you are as a person. So you leave that person somewhere in a corner. And then so you're trying to please Susan, John, Muhammad, anyone that comes your way. Because you're trying to get their love and acceptance. And so one day you wake up, you're like around age 30, and you're like, life has to be more than this. Just waking up and forcing yourself to go to work, and you've accomplished all of these things, but what do these mean to you? What is the true meaning? And questioning everything. But when I was young, I questioned everything, but they told me, why do you have to question everything? Just take it the way it is. And I still argued. I got in trouble, I got beaten up, I got, anything you name it, because I wanted to know the reason behind everything. People would say, so-and-so killed someone, because I was brought up in a war situation in Afghanistan. And so I wanted to know why someone does, what's the reason behind someone's behavior, attitude. For me, it wasn't like someone committed a crime or someone did something bad. It's like, what makes that person do that? But no one seemed to explain it to me. So I figured that I better do this on my own. Start studying books, mentors, everyone you name it that had lived their life to this level that they could call joy and happiness and they're happy. It's like, what are they doing? So I studied everyone. I spent probably, I don't know how much time, but plenty of time. I said, because I don't want to live like this. So I tried to connect with that older part of me once I remember as a child. So I started reconnecting with that side of me and said, you know what? I want to wake up every day as if like there's no tomorrow. I want to wake up with that joy that I can't wait to wake up. So that's where I start finding some path in coaching. That's why I immersed myself completely, because I knew that this is where I am and the life I want is right there, the life that everyone only dreams about. How can I close this gap? What limitations can I take? What fears can I get rid of? What behaviors do I have to have as a person? What personality? What discipline? So I learned everything you can possibly name so that I can close this gap. I saw my parents, with arranged marriage, to see the kind of life they live. It's like, I don't want to live that kind of a life that you feel obligated to be part of that relationship. I want to be in love with passion with my husband. So that's where, a lot of my learnings and teachings come from Tony Robbins. So that's what I do. I live with passion today. I love a lot of people, and I want to help people taste and create that life that everyone only dreams about. So I am living my life just the way I dreamed about, and I refuse to just accept that someone else is going to give the life by default. So that's the story of my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. It's always good to see someone new up here. I'm really inspired by Tony Robbins, too. So it's great to hear that. And we had two great speeches, very interesting today. So we're going to move on to, okay, we'll take a couple minutes to make comments on those two speeches. Okay, and at this time we will move on to Pamela, who's going to debut as our table topics master.
Good afternoon, fellow members and guests. How much time do I have? That's one thing. So just probably enough for two, maybe. All right. Our theme is May Day and our word today is hot. I'm not sure if many of you are feeling the way that I am, that it's May and it's a little hotter than I would like. I would like a little bit more time to get acclimated, and our conversation earlier is supposed to be 97 on Friday, which is a little warm for me. So basically, the first table topic I'm going to do with May Day, and if you think about May Day, May is looking into spring for me. It's like maybe the beginning of spring, or maybe then by the end we're rolling into summer. So what May Day brings to mind for you? What does spring make you think about? If anybody has ideas or just May Day, what comes to mind? So
I just make a point of comment. If you can explain what we do for table topics.
Oh, table topics is basically an impromptu speech of 1 to 2 minutes, and I'll present my topic, and then anyone can go ahead and choose to stand up and talk, or I'll choose someone. So with that, for what May Day or what spring means to you, or what it brings to mind, who would like to? Oh, the timing constraints as well.
Each topic speaker, you have 1 to 2 minutes. And 1 minute, I show you a green light. Yellow light means you reached 1 minute and 30 seconds. I finally realized that means 2 minutes limit. You have 30 seconds to finish.
Anybody would like to? Jeff?
Yes, he's very afraid right now. Why? I don't know. What is May Day? What is May? May is the season of the year. What does it mean? What does it mean? It means that I step out into my backyard and realize, like my thoughts, my life, like everything around me, that it's all a jungle now. And I need a machete. I don't have a machete. I have a chainsaw. That helps. That's the first place to start, using a chainsaw. Get rid of the big things, the big weeds. They're not weeds anymore, they're trees. What else do I have to do? Well, I have to have a design by plan, not by accident. What do I want to do with my life? I can't get things done unless I know what I want to do. Well, as far as my yard goes, comparing that to my thoughts, my life, where I'm going in life, I have a plan. But design and purpose, well, I can gestalt my way through it, just kind of, like meditate, you know? That doesn't seem to work. So just even knowing what I want. What do I want to do? What are my goals? I want to be a writer. I want to be a better engineer. I want to be a better dad. I want to be a better husband. Well, the last one's kind of a process, but it's a lot of work. never listen to anyone who says marriage is not a lot of work. Yes, all these things have to be done. So like my backyard, I have to go venturing for it. Know what I want, and here's the hardest thing. I actually have to do it. On a hot day in May, that's usually when it happens. Change is growth. Change is also a lot of work. And when you look in my backyard, there's a lot of life, a lot of growth out there. I gotta cut it down to the bare minimums and make it look like I want it to. It has to be beautiful, because that's what I want, a beautiful garden. I want to be where I want to go. That's my goal in life. Goal, a lot of growth, right? That's what I want to do. So that's what I'm saying about May Day. Go out in your backyard, do what you gotta do. Thank you.
Thank you. For the next one, we're going to focus on the word hot. Heat. So basically what I would like you to address is, what is your favorite way to deal with the heat? Anyone?
He's talking to you. Tell him to stop.
Oh, you're ready. All right. Just a point of order, when you're delivering